What's going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into Tuesday's NBA DFS podcast and live stream. 7 games on tap here, James, today. Luka Doncic on the slate at home against Washington. Nikola Jokic on the slate, but questionable to play here against the Pelicans. We got LeBron James against the Clippers. JT on a back-to-back here for the Celtics against Miami. You got Kawhi, you got Randall, over 10K group right there. Pretty interesting slate here. Some top tier guys. Maybe a little bit more fun than what we had last night, where Memphis decided to sit everybody, so we had all that crazy value on the slate, and ultimately that was one that you needed the right exposure to really hit off. Jalen Duran, despite his team losing by like 40, goes for 50 fantasy points at under 5K at center. Some top performances from other guys on the slate that we were looking at. So we'll right the ship today. We were in on some of the right players. We talk a lot about all the time. Contest selection, the fickleness of the NBA DFS world, where sometimes multiple lineups that get the exposure you need kind of is the way to go in certain contests. But this will be an interesting one, because I think the spend ups, we tend to see sometimes Luka goes under-owned on slates because people are focusing in on Jokic or LeBron, or nobody plays LeBron because they're playing for those other guys. So, could be a different way to build some lineups today and get some guys we want in there.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting slate. Jokic hasn't played in 2 games. LeBron listed questionable, although he plays every slate. Though Melo Ball and the Hornets on a back-to-back, he didn't play Monday, but he was questionable, so obviously nearing a return. We should get the return of Donovan Mitchell here. Washington's going to be a team everyone looks at for value, considering no Porzingis. They traded Rui Hachimura. So there's a lot going on. Brandon Ingram upgraded to doubtful with the worst toe injury of all time.
2 months, it feels like? What is going on here?
He's getting closer, apparently, to a return. Yeah, November 25th, so almost 2 months to the day, actually.
God, that's wild.
So, yeah, there's a lot going on. When we shift over to Vegas, let's see. Anything notable? Lakers, Clippers, 230. Currently, Lakers getting 5 at home, even though we know that's a home game for both. The Pacers, Bulls, 233.5. That's the biggest total on the board. Bulls on a back-to-back. How many teams do we have in a back-to-back? The Bulls, the Celtics, the Hornets. Those are the 3 teams on back-to-back. So, obviously, monitor those situations.
Al Horford's definitely not playing, right?
Al Horford not playing. Rob Will probably playing. And then it depends on... Tatum left last night briefly with the ribs and then checked back in. So, I
think that one killed me, because I had his over 13.5 points rebounds and assist prop, and he came in at 13. So maybe if he didn't miss those 5 minutes, he would have got that rebound or assist I needed.
Yeah, so the Celtics are definitely a situation to monitor, with Tatum getting injured, and last week Brown was a little banged up too. So definitely a situation to monitor there. The Bulls haven't rested many, especially Levine's been playing back-to-backs of late. But with his injury history, I guess that's something to monitor. Charlotte. I don't think Charlotte rests guys on back-to-backs.
Charlotte doesn't rest anybody. They play 45 minutes every player.
They don't rest anyone. So just those situations to monitor with the back-to-backs, but not a lot of high totals. Yesterday, every total over 230. Now we just have 2 of them over 230.
Yeah, we had 246. I think that was the highest we saw all season, right?
Yep.
So,
we've been getting a few of those lately. I feel like we've been hitting the 240s a little bit more lately than we did earlier in the year. But yeah, didn't live up to that hype exactly, but 233 points isn't too bad either.
233 when Memphis sat Ja, so,
Right.
All right, point guard here. You got Luka at your top at 12-6. LaMelo is, I guess, questionable here. Didn't play Monday's game. He's at 98. We'll see if he returns or not against Phoenix here. Donovan Mitchell is also expected to play, so our Darius Garland 8,700 play, probably a little bit too expensive. Maybe you disagree there or not, but
I don't.
We're looking at this top tier of point guard position. Some tough matchups, like Westbrook at 83. The price is coming down on him at least, but still kind of expensive-ish. I think for me, it's like Luka, and then we look in the mid tier here. Even Brunson's in a bad spot tonight against Cleveland. So I don't know. Chris Paul, Jamal Murray at 7K maybe is where we're kind of looking if we're not going Luka.
Yeah, I think that's exactly correct. It's hilarious that they like. I know Murray, even if Jokic plays, Murray shouldn't be 7K. Like I
Right.
feel he
Because
should
he's giving you
still be
40
higher.
with Jokic. So
I don't quite get this. I feel. I mean, if Jokic is out, Denver's chalk. Period. Just is what it is.
Yeah.
But there's really no reason for Jamal Murray to be 7K. Like they should at least give us something to think about. Just considering the fact that Jokic is questionable. Like you've had a couple days to adjust this and fix it, and for a guy who's gone from 40 plus in 4 straight games, I don't know. Chris Paul came back and looked.
Yeah, he played 38 minutes. I mean, he didn't miss any time at all. So, didn't miss. He missed time, comes back, and was the best Chris Paul we've seen all season. So, $7,500 for him. Was he a Hornet? Was he almost a Hornet? No, he was a Pellet.
He was a.
Was he a bot? Was he a bobcat?
So when they used to be the New Orleans Hornets.
Okay.
And then they became the New Orleans Pelicans.
Okay. So he was
a part of the New Orleans franchise, not part of the Charlotte franchise.
Okay. I knew there was something going on there. I wasn't sure he was which part of that team that he was. So not that there's any revenge. I'm just wondering. Other Boston guys, I mean, we don't know Smart or Brogdon. Both didn't play. Brogdon was only a personal issue. Smart was with the injury. Right. So that's something certainly to watch there. Maybe Brogdon comes back for this game. Not that we love matchups against Miami, but Brogdon, generally a really good player.
Yeah.
After slumping for a little bit, TJ McConnell got back on his horse, played 39 minutes, 55 fantasy points. Started, yep. And did I see that numbered as questionable?
He's questionable.
Yeah. So if he doesn't play, McConnell is the price too much for you here? 6,100.
TJ McConnell, this is just so much agony waiting to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's this guy has 50 bombs in his bag. But if Nembhard plays and he's if the illness isn't affecting him and then McConnell plays 25 minutes, right? It's we're dead at 6,100.
Yeah.
But it's a good spot, gets the Bulls on a back-to-back, so he's in our player pool, but I'm already ripping my hair out just thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's tough, but the upside for McConnell, he's just a guy that triple double
does everything. Yeah, dude, it's no Halliburton. This is what we've been seeing from Halliburton, right? Triple double upside, nightly double double with even more upside. So
yeah,
definitely in our player
Yep.
pool.
All right, guys, a little bit lower here. I don't know. I don't really love a lot of the price and the value. But Lowry, though, at 4,800 is just so tempting. It's tempting.
It's a good price.
It's tempting.
The minutes were back, so
yeah. I'm very curious to see what his PRA is today. I played it the last 2 games. It was 16.5 in both games. Now against Dallas, he missed. Very disappointing. Played 21 minutes in that game. It was a blowout. Didn't do much. Finished with 11, so he was almost there. He had 17 actual against Pelicans. His PRA was 16.5. I'm hopeful that Prize Picks is still looking at the 22 and 21 minutes and maybe thinking he's limited and they keep his PRA low. Because I'll play the over 16.5 again here, especially if Smart and Brogdon are out again. I mean, Pritchard and White, Lowry could probably do a little bit there. Let's see here. Alvarado is always a tournament play as long as Ingram's out, I think.
I think same could be said for Dennis Smith.
Yeah.
He did benefit from the blowout, but he's playing regardless.
Yeah, good assist numbers. 9, 8, and 7 since moving into the starting lineup 3 games ago. So.
And he was missing all those shots, and then he makes shots last night, and he goes for 32.
The history of Dennis Smith Jr. right there. So.
That's the history of Dennis Smith, right? I have been playing some DeLon Wright of late, and he hasn't let me down. He's been kind of splitting time and kind of sharing the floor with Monty Morris a little bit. 22 plus minutes in 5 straight, including most of those 24 plus, he's been a monster. So 4,200, it's not like the best spot in the world, but him and Caruso down here in the value tier have both been really good.
Yep. Anybody else here for you? Would Peyton Pritchard, would you go back to it if he played 30 minutes?
Yep.
So
I would.
just not great, but like he's under 4K. 30.
I have a weird feeling someone sits for Boston and not like
what's the spread on this game?
Miami is a 3-point favorite at home.
Okay. Miami's a 3-point favorite. Think about that. Miami's a 3-point favorite against the best team in the NBA. Yeah, maybe.
Well, I mean, potentially best team in the NBA. Are they the best record in the NBA? Yeah, I guess currently have the best. Yeah, I mean that feels. Damn, they had won 9 in a row, huh? Before that, last night.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn, they can't be. Hopefully the Magic don't sneak into the playoffs for your guys' sake. 3-0 against the Celtics this year. That feels fishy. That feels like something.
I mean, listen, we've had some decent
decent
inclinations, on these things here this year. So, something to watch for sure. Boston.
If those same guards are out, we're Pritchard's in play. He played 30 minutes.
Yeah,
he's usually someone who shoots more too.
I mean, would Tatum or Brown sit this game?
That's what I'm thinking. That's my suspicion. Tatum sat the last back-to-back, and Brown had the groin.
Yeah,
just last week.
Yeah, interesting. All right, well, we'll watch it. Like you said, Miami +3 or 3-point favorites. They're -3 or +3.
No, Miami is 3-point favorite at home.
Yeah, that is suspicious. So, I think they're Boston may be out. As soon as we're done recording this, we're gonna get the JT questionable, update. So, all right, shooting guard here. You were 1,000% right there for a while in this game here for JB.
Dude, he was so good in the first half.
Yep.
So good.
Yep.
Had 20. I think he had like 23 and 3 at half. I'm like, holy smokes. The lone pivot from 35% Tatum to 10% Jaylen Brown was perfect. And then everything went to shit in the second half for Boston.
Yep.
Nothing went right for Boston in the second half.
Nothing went right for Boston in the second half. They ended up getting blown out. He played the minutes. He took the shots. Just the secondary stats again, 26 actual, only 38 fantasy points is just tough.
Yeah, well, he had 20 at half. He had 20 actual at half. That's the problem is when you have 20 actual at half, you're like, holy, this is gonna be a big day, and it was anything but.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Seeing that. So I would question then. If no JT, I assume you go back to JB, or does this matchup worry you if Boston's missing Horford, Tatum, Smart, Brogdon? Does Brown even play? Do they sit them both? Right?
This is if there was ever a rest opportunity for all of Boston when they're 4 games up on everyone else in the East, we just talked about it yesterday ad nauseum. Back-to-backs, get rid of them. This is the spot. Going to Miami, it's just this is a rest spot for Boston. If they play, whoever plays is in play. But just don't be surprised if Peyton Pritchard is the leading shot attempt taker for Boston.
Yeah, very much. Or Grant Williams.
Yeah, or Grant Williams. Sorry.
Zach LaVine, $9,200. I didn't like him at 96. He went for 35. Better spot for him, but still, I don't know. It's a lot of money. Back to back. A lot of money.
Yeah, I think it's just too expensive.
PG at 86 against the Lakers. 34 minutes in the return. 34 fantasy points.
No, he's played a couple games in a row.
You're right. You're 100% correct. 29, 32, and 34. The minutes are up the last 3 games for him then.
Minutes are up. Kawhi's been a dog lately. At least scoring the ball. I think that's taken away from PG. You can get we know what Paul
under 9K for him, right?
We know what he can be. He is not he's a 1B in situations, right? Sure. He's not just a guy. He is a guy. So you can get there.
Bradley Beal, no Porzingis today, right? So
No Porzingis. Yep.
29, 28 minutes. Not a great matchup, obviously, going up against Dallas in Dallas. But, I mean, the shots are going to be there most likely. I would assume 11 and 14 shots the last 2 games are not what we're expecting out of Bradley Beal. But no Porzingis. You got to think he's going to be shooting the basketball.
Yeah, and the Orlando game 20-point win. So,
yep.
They'll probably see 30 minutes and a lot more shot attempts not a lot more, but a few more shot attempts if that game stays competitive.
Yeah. Mid-tier guys here. Healed, I guess Hero at 68 too gets in that mix as well.
Yep.
No Christian Wood still. Some Dinwiddie, a little revenge here against a team that literally kicked him out. It's like, get off this team, shut up, right? Like,
yeah. If Boston sits guys, Hero's very interesting. I didn't realize when you were talking about Beal that he was 7,300.
That's what I'm saying.
Like glossed
That's like the cheapest we've ever seen Bradley Beal, it feels like.
Probably the cheapest we've ever seen him. I would go back to Llewellyn Rozier too.
Okay.
If there's no LaMelo Ball, I'd play Rozier again.
Yep.
Hero's fine. Dinwiddie's fine. Just always has to contend with Luka.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where else I'd go. Maybe Matherin.
Bruce Brown. There's no Jokic.
Yeah.
Always great. Ben Matherin always good. In tournaments, dude. Free throws again. I'm such an idiot. Every day I look at his free throw prop and it's like 5.5.
I told you this from
I don't play it.
The third game of the year. I was like, dude, he is like different about like getting to the it's just like he just one of those like advanced.
I got scared off by the 2 free throw attempts against the Thunder but a 5.5 free throw attempts is always his prop. He's gone over 3 of the last 4 of the last 6. I mean, what rookie is taking 11 for 11 from the free throw line?
He's different when it comes to like getting to line. I think no Halliburton, just like he's,
and if there's no Nembar, that could probably help him a bit there too, right? Agreed. Just another rotational piece out.
Yep.
They can be a pretty deadly offense there when they have everything going for them.
They can.
Hayward played 23 minutes, but it was a blowout. So
no, dude, he is.
Think he's washed?
He is. He's not it, dude.
Okay.
I don't know if he's washed, but like, I think the injuries have just, it's just some people, dude. Like, it's just unfortunate, part of the business. I mean, I watched one of the best players in the NBA. My, like, growing up with Derrick Rose is like, holy shit, this is going to be, like, so cool for so long. And then it just ends, right? Like, it's injuries just derail players. I think that's what's happening to Gordon.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I played KCP.
Yeah, KCP, right? Yep. The minutes are going to be there, decent value under 5K for a guy that's at least going to be on the floor. What did Dyson Daniels do? 30 minutes, 33 fantasy points. If Najee Marshall's out again and no Brandon Ingram, consider Dyson Daniels at all or no?
He's just so low volume in terms of shooting the basketball, but I think there's a case to be made for him.
Okay. Anybody else? Okoro's been starting, but can't imagine that happens with Mitchell.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I don't know.
Who gets the Rui minutes?
I'm thinking Denny.
Okay.
But then again, it's not just Rui. They're missing Rui and Porzingis now,
sure.
Right? So like Gafford for sure. Kuzma's gonna play 40 minutes. Beal's gonna play 40 minutes. The point guard minutes are gonna be split. I think. Some nights it's going to be Denny. Some nights it's going to be Kispert. Some nights we're going to like randomly see Anthony Gill play 20 minutes. Like, I think there's going to be a boatload of guys, but I think Denny gets the first crack at everything.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Which we'll get to him at next position.
Small forward. Tatum's 11-1. Kawhi's 10-1. 10-1 for Kawhi is not bad here against the Lakers.
10-1's not bad. Just like, it's a great spot. He has, like I said, been in his bag scoring. Like, I'm very happy to see this Kawhi, the version of Kawhi scoring the basketball. I mean, look at the last, 7 games, 24 plus points. He's gone for 30 or more in 3 of his last 4. Like, he is in his bag.
Yeah, I'm with
You
you
know, 10-1 leaves a little bit to be desired. He's only hit that twice in his last 6 games. So,
mid-tier down here, DeRozan's up to 9K. Kuzma, as you mentioned, at 79, going to be probably pretty popular play today. The tough matchup, Dorian Finney-Smith probably out there defending him all game. So
yep, for sure.
Bridges, as we know, has been unconscious.
He has been great.
Even with Chris Paul back, we're looking at 5 straight games of 40 plus, and 40 plus in 6 of 7. He had a 50 burger there against Golden State, playing almost 40 minutes a night. Revenge here, not revenge. Yeah, was he traded? He was drafted, or was he drafted by the Sixers and traded? One of the brothers was
drafted by the 76ers, I believe.
Because his mother works for the team, right?
Works in. I don't know if it's for the team or just like in Philly, but it is one of.
No, I think she worked for the team. I think she worked like in the team's organization. I couldn't remember if it was him or Miles that were drafted and traded. So, anyways, Mikal here at 72, great spot. Great matchup. A lot of good things going for him there. Probably pretty popular today too. Honestly,
for sure.
At that, especially in this little tier range, because after that, I mean, RJ's in a tough spot against Cleveland. Hardaway at 56 maybe would be, if you want to go there. I don't hate it. 40 fantasy points the other day against the Clippers. Hard to expect a repeat, but there was no Luka in that game, right? So, or was Luka missing from the game before?
Luka played the Clippers game.
See,
Luka has played the last few games.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I thought he missed recently, but time escapes you when you're watching golf all weekend. So all right, listen, Hardaway, good game. We know he can shoot when he's starting. No Christian Wood. Probably a good bump there for him at 56. Where else are we peaking here?
Cam Johnson's minutes are on the rise. Yep. 22 to 29 minutes. It's a big jump.
Yeah, it's a great price.
It's a good price. Yep. I would play some Cam J. I would play some Herb Jones, 4,300, as long as everyone remains out for.
Where are you on Patrick Williams?
I am encouraged by Patrick Williams lately. Look, he's going to play 30 minutes. He is going to take more shots than he did earlier in the year. He is probably going to provide some defensive numbers. And if he can continue to contribute, if he can make his shots and get rebounds, then I think we're in business. Don't love the price. I think 47 is pushing it, but he has averaged 29 fantasy points a game over his last 4. So Good spot too. So, Pat Williams, Herb Jones probably fit in the same category. Like, they're potentially low volume people who need defensive stats to boost up their value. And like, ultimately, I think Denny 4K is going to be like chalk that decides your lineup. Like, it's like, dude,
he gives you 9 fantasy points, or he has that 20 rebound game, and you're like, what?
Dude, he's right. He's 4K on a team that doesn't have Porzingis and doesn't now have Rui Hachimura. He plays the 3-4, so he's going to fit into both those positions that those guys have been playing. Like, and he has, when he makes shots, he does a lot. He can do a lot of things on the floor, but it's like, who knows when it's going to happen. So at 4K, Denny's going to be super chalk. Very tough spot. But then you also consider Dallas is going to put Dorian Finney-Smith on Kuzma. So is he going to get Hardaway? Is he going to get Reggie Bullock? Is he like those are spots he can exploit. So I'm probably going to play 4K Denny. Just I'm also preparing for I understand the potential for a letdown.
Sure. All right, power forward here. So LeBron obviously against the Clippers. He's up to 11-5 though, and he's going to draw Kawhi. I mean, are you worried here at all?
How many points away are we from Kareem? Are we close? We're very, very close. I know that.
I mean, it's also LeBron. Like, I know, like, Kawhi's Kawhi, whatever. But, like, LeBron can handle Kawhi Leonard. So
LeBron is. I was just wondering if he could get it in this game. Because he's like, we're 203 points away, 223 points away. So can't get it here. Just interesting. I mean, I think LeBron's LeBron. So if he plays, his team's really bad, and they'll need him if they want to stay competitive in this game.
Yeah, I agree. 11-5 though. I mean, Jokic is 11-6 and Luka's 12-6. Would you pay 11-5 for LeBron? I mean, I guess.
I mean, I would rather pay it for Jokic, but also Jokic has like actual teammates.
Let's see here. Randall against Cleveland, probably no.
Look at Jimmy Butler's price.
76. Jeez. Against a Boston team that's obviously missing people today.
He's in bad, but like, I'm willing to risk that playing Jimmy Butler at 7,600. Like, he's taken 14 shots in the last 2 games. But like, I don't know. If this game can stay competitive, Jimmy Butler makes at 76 is very, very interesting.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Obviously, Aaron Gordon, if there's no Jokic, we're in 67. Yep. Gonna be super chalk if that ends up being the case. Jalen McDaniels still played 28 minutes. I mean, they should just give him the run, but they're not going to. So, you've been a PJ Washington guy, but he sucked yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, everyone did.
Plus, Cam Davis 51. It's kind of hard not to want to play that. Torrey Craig played 32 minutes. Is Ayton back for this game? Was he
no,
back?
He's out.
Oh.
No, he's out.
Okay. Maybe Craig then?
Yeah, I could get behind some Torrey Craig.
Jericho Sims played 28 and 33 minutes the last 2 games. Not a great matchup for him, but he's under 4K.
He's starting.
Yeah.
So, I think he's very foul happy, so we just have to worry about that. But he is cheap and he is very active on the glass, so it's fine.
What do we make of Larry Nance playing 27 and 26 minutes the last 2 games?
I mean, we know what they like to play Larry Nance, right? Like, there's certain matchups. I think Valanciunas is not athletic enough to match up with Bam or chase Wendell Carter around to the 3-point line. So they stick Nance on him. So, okay. I mean, if there's no Jokic, is that Zeke Njai starting who can stretch the floor? So it's probably another Larry Nance game.
Yeah, that's interesting. Just the minutes are spiking there for him. All right, center spot. Again, Jokic is your top guy here at 11-6. If he's in, we like, obviously. Vucevic at 89 is too expensive for me. I don't know if you agree or disagree. Bam at 81 against a Boston team that, I mean, who knows? Like, is Rob Williams limited? Is he even active today? We know Horford's not going to play. It could be Bam versus Blake Griffin and Luke Cornett today. So either Boston gets blown out, you like the 81, or you don't. Where are you thinking here?
I think 81's a pretty good price tag for Bam. It's the cheapest he's been in since November.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where's
Miles Turner? Miles Turner in tournaments.
Yeah, Turner in tournaments.
Jared Allen gets Jericho Sims.
Yeah, Jared Allen. Plumlee against Biyombo, I guess, right? Like.
Yeah, until Biyombo fouls out, and then Landell fouls out. That was also contributing to Torrey Craig. They both fouled out, Landell and Biyombo.
True. Okay. All right, where else? What's our key center play then here today? What's the one guy you're locking in? Is it Gafford?
Gafford, 40. Yeah, I mean, I think Thomas Bryant is interesting in tournaments. Randomly plays 33 minutes, but 55 fantasy points. Just give the guy some run. Gafford is definitely in play. I will never play Biyombo, and I will always play Landell. So I think Landell, the foul trouble was very weird, but he was awesome. So if I know Biyombo, this is a revenge spot for Biyombo. He used to got the contract, got the bag from Charlotte, but he is likely going to get in foul trouble. I just always like, and everyone plays Biombo, and I don't understand it because he's just not as like he had the game against Indiana. Sure, Landale has consistently shown a higher ceiling, so I will play Landale in that spot that everyone pivots to Biombo. So I think Gafford is the play. I do think Landale, Biombo are the pivots. We'll see the ownership on Biombo. I'm sure it's going to be high. And I guess if Boston sits everybody, I will not play Blake Griffin now.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe the Murder Cornet though.
Maybe Luke Cornet.
If they started Cornet, which they haven't, they start Blake. But the one time he got 26 minutes, he went 6 for 6 shooting and had 27 fantasy points. So.
All right, we're rebuilding our lineups today. 7 games. We lock in Luka. No rim protection there. I mean, Gafford could follow him in 4 trips on the court.
Yeah, we could we could. Let's do Gafford on the flip side.
Okay.
And Zeke Njai if Jokic doesn't play firmly in play. He's played 28 and 26 minutes and started the last 2 games.
All right, so Gafford, Luka. I kind of want to play Beal, 73. You agree? Disagree?
Yeah, Beal's fine.
Bridges? Double up Bridges, Cam J? Or just play Cam J?
We could do either of those things. I don't dislike. I mean, it's hard to dislike Bridges. He's gone for 40 in a million straight games. So
yeah. So
I just don't. How much money does that give us if we go Beal, Cam J, and Bridges?
Johnson. We have 45 a play for guard, forward, and utility. Could have Peyton Pritchard back in play for us tonight. Let's see here.
Delon Wright, Caruso, Peyton Pritchard, all those 3 guys. The Pritchard thing is obviously TBD.
Yeah.
Because we just don't know. Denny 4K for forward.
Yeah, do we want to go 3 Washington? You good?
Oh, we have Beal. Oh. 3 Washington. That's brutal. Probably not. But I don't love the rest of that tier. Like Herb is fine, Daniels is fine, but Daniels we don't know about New Orleans. Like I think Herb is safe. His minutes are safe.
Okay, we could Jericho Sims at $3,900 for forward.
Yeah, he's risky, but that's fine.
All right, just to save some cash there.
I think that this is a like you said, a pretty bad spot for him, but I mean, the fantasy points.
4,800 for a guard and a utility. Let's see, 4,800 guard. Dennis Smith is 46. KCP 46. Lowry's 48.
Yeah, we could do Lowry.
And then we have a 48 util. 48 util Patrick Williams.
You have more faith in Patrick Williams than I do, probably. So
Dennis
if you
Smith
want to play him, that's fine.
Dennis Smith instead, 46?
I don't know. You make the call. You make the call. I don't know. Okay. Williams is fine. Smith is fine. They're both
Williams. It is. We'll go. We got for a lineup here today. James not as enthusiastic about it as I am. Luka Doncic, Bradley Beal, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Daniel Gafford, Kyle Lowry, Jericho Sims, Patrick Williams. Of course, as news breaks today, we'll have all the updates in the Discord. Find us there. Good luck. We'll talk to you for Wednesday slate.